We're
gonna go.
We're gonna look at spoilers.
Beep 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 beep. Oh, that's really beeping for a while.
You could just go to the main page.
That's what I'm trying to do.
No, like just the feed.
Okay, so
Spoiler number
two. We might go over the old spoilers in a minute. So, Prisha as a ruler.
Beastmaster.
She's ruler.
Judgment 2, red green. See, told you red green.
Oh, she has resonance for fire magic stone. Target resonated control gains swiftness, and wind magic stone. Target resonated control gains flying until end of turn.
That flying is useful.
Does that double trigger with the dual stone?
Yeah. Because it counts as each of one.
So resonance is going to become a thing outside of it.
They said it would.
Pretty cool. Ah!
J Ruler Wanderer.
Is that the playmat?
No, it's just one of the headers. For the
Oh,
boxes.
right, yeah, that probably won't be legal for the playmat anyways.
To loot.
Reincarnated, made into Flame Prisha, 1,000 J Ruler.
It's a lot of text.
When this card enters your field or whenever it attacks, choose one. You can either put target resonator control on the bottom of its owner's deck. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a resonator, put it into your field. Otherwise, put it into your hand. Or put target magic stone you control on the bottom of its owner's magic stone deck. If you do, put the top card of your magic stone deck into your field. Interesting. I'm going to assume there's cards that are going to go with that. God's Art, 2 cost of red green. Recover this card. J resonators you control gain swiftness and flying until end of turn. Play this ability only if a fire magic stone and wind magic stone were put into your field this turn. Interesting. I'm going to assume this combos with something.
And she's a Wanderer. Oh, one of the first special stones.
Ah!
One of the two. Memoria Reincarnation. Thank you for passing off. Special magic stone. If your J Ruler isn't Prisha, or the other side of Prisha. I'm making it easier for you guys. This card enters your field rested unless you pay 300 life. Treat this card as a fire magic stone and a wind magic stone. You tap to produce the fire or the wind. When this card leaves your field for a non-field zone, draw a card. So when she sends it back to the bottom of the stone deck, if you send that back, you would draw a card off of it, bringing a new stone into play as well.
Interesting. I like the art. It reminds me of like the promo Rulers Moria and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Kinda.
It totally does.
It looks weird. It looks like it's a bird.
Maribella!
Told you she's back.
Ah! Machine Hearted. She's 2 red, 1 green, 1 void, 1,000. When this card enters your field, search your magic stone deck for a non-special magic stone, put it into your field, then shuffle your magic stone deck. She has resonance for a fire magic stone, put a blast counter on this card. Wind magic stone, put a breeze counter on this card. Remove a blast counter, it deals 500 damage to target J resonator. Remove breeze counter, cancel target chance spell unless its controller pays 1. That's kind of cool. What do you think?
I mean, 2 reds and a green. And then a void is a bit much. But 1,000.
And you get free free wind cards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
No.
The 1 cost cancel wind. Wall of Wind.
Yeah.
It basically get free Wall of Winds and free lightning strikes.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah. If you remove a breeze counter.
Yeah. And when she dies, just
But no, I was saying about ways to get her in play without paying 4. They also have a trap card. Not trap card. Y'all got me used to saying that. They have a standby card for wind, but I don't remember if it was 4 or less or 3 or less when you trigger it. It's 1 and 2.
Ooh, Fiery Bird of Reincarnation.
Fiery Bird of Reincarnation. 8/7 with flying. It's a beast. When this card leaves your field for a non-field zone, reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a resonator. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your deck in random order. It's okay.
It's interesting.
I mean, you can search stuff out, but that's for 3. And
I think it's pretty cool. I could see it being cool. Fiery Soldier of My List. 2 cost 6/6. Treat this card as a fire magic stone. Interesting.
Even if a card becomes or is considered treated as a magic stone, it does not inherently have the ability to produce will unless specified.
Yeah, so it can't produce will, but it's treated like a magic stone. Interesting. So if you have like that other resonator, it protects it, gives it barrier.
Well, actually, I have a question. So, if with Prisha you send it to the bottom of your stone deck, what happens when you call it into play? If you shuffle, say you use Torn after that,
it would just go into your stone area because it's still a fire magic stone, so it's able to come out. But
yeah, I don't know. Somebody's saying that it only works towards the God's Art for Prisha. I don't know. We'll have to see. There's always weird mysteries every now and then.
I'd assume it can go into your stone deck, but it just won't produce will, just sit in your stone area.
Burning Pot. This one's mine. Stop. Green red, 701 defense. Machine. Swiftness, first strike.
Cool.
For 2, not bad, yeah.
I like that.
It looks kind of cool.
Yeah. These are kind of cards I like. It's
and it's a machine, so it works towards like some of the machine mechanics from the robot decks we used to run.
Yeah, and it's got first strike. That's very important for it.
Yeah, it's just not void, which is weird.
That's cool. I like it. Concord of Saints and Beasts, green red void chant with quick cast. Ooh. Choose one. If you control a Fire J Resonator and a Wind J Resonator, you can choose both. First one. Target J Resonator you control deals damage equal to its attack to target J Resonator your opponent controls. Second one. Whenever a Resonator that was dealt damage this turn by J Resonator you control is put into a graveyard from your opponent's field, you may put the top card of your Magic Stone deck into your field. Cool. 3 costs a little high, but
it's not bad.
It has a lot of. I guess yeah, if you have both Resonators, it's really good.
You know she's still wearing Valentina's hat. Right there. In a lot of these pictures, but it's her. I know.
Isn't that Prisha's Memoria?
Yeah. Is this them bringing her to life?
Faria, Prisha, it's good to see you again. What happened to us? We can talk about that later. We gotta get her. Is that? Yes, it is. It's Alice.
I thought we were gonna see Alice. All right.
What do you think of that?
I thought they were pretty cool. I'm glad machines are back in a way. I'm really interested in how that this thing as a stone card is gonna work. But I don't know. We'll see. I was more excited about the Kaguya ones. Oh, looks like we're gonna look at those.
Yeah,
we forgot to do one of these last time because they came out Monday, and we're not really hanging out Mondays to do that. So we're gonna do it real quick.
We'll do it real quick. So compare, and we'll kind of compare, I guess. So we have Kaguya. So she was a ruler that where's her ruler side? That's a wizard.
Kaguya Tears of the Moon.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Judgment is 0. You can only play it if there's a treasury item was put into your field this turn. She has, blue-green energize, and for 0, you can reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a treasury item, put it into your hand. Play this ability only during your turn and only once per turn. So you're like, well, why would you want to do that? Because, bam, her J-Ruler side.
No, this is you. You get the ones with all the text on them, man.
As long as you control 3 or more treasury items, she gains barrier, and you rest or recover treasury item you control to have target J Resonator gain -200/0 until end of turn. You can rest 2 treasury items to produce blue or green, and you can rest 3 to draw a card, rest 4 to return target Resonator to its owner's hand, and rest 5. And if you rest 5, the J-Ruler becomes a 1500 with flying until end of turn because she doesn't have any attack text or anything saying she can't attack, or really weird. But so she's got a lot of cool. But it looks like they're trying to actually create good versions of Reflect Refrain with Fox in this, where it's still got all these cool mechanics and abilities, but it's more balanced. So with her, we've got
Kaguya Stone of Sorrow, the second special magic stone. So that's a 2, huh? This one is so it applies to this ruler, and I'm not going to read all that part. You pay 300 life if you don't have the Kaguya ruler. Treat this card as a water magic stone and a wind magic stone. Produce water or wind. When this card enters your field, look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. So that's a cool way. You could tap, say, Kaguya, get this stone. Say the second card was a, what's it called, treasury item. It's now on top. You can use the ability to pull that card out.
Yeah, and it's good just in other decks too, because that's always good to have knowledge of your deck and be able to switch it around. Next one is Glistening Chick. It's a blue-green 5/5 treasury item / bird. It has flying, and whenever this card becomes rested, you may rest target resonator. So when you rest with her ability, you can rest other stuff. And if it's rested as part of her 5/5 thing, you could potentially rest several of your opponent's resonators to do the 1500 kill on your opponent if you need to, different things like that. And it's a really pretty art.
So you can attack with it, and the second it's rested, you can just rest something else. That's interesting. This was my favorite. Okay, Water Kimono of 12 parts. It's an addition treasury item. You may have up to 12 copies of this card in your deck. You would bestow it just by resting it. Bestow Resonator gains +1/+1 for each Water Kimono of 12 parts bestowed to it. When this card is bestowed to a Resonator, if you control a Resonator and 12 of the Water Kimono of 12 parts bestowed to it, you win the game. Interesting part is if you had all 12 of the additions attached to the one Resonator, whatever the stats were originally, it's now buffed by 14,400 when you've added all the kimonos and all their abilities stacking on them together for the +1/+1s.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Next is Mystia, Manager of the Treasury. It's a blue-green void 5/5 were-rabbit. When she enters the field, you may search your deck for a treasury item, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. When this card is put in the graveyard from your field, you may put a treasury item that's 3 or less cost from your hand into your field. So it's great because it's 3, and at minimum, unless something goes wrong, you're getting your money's worth by getting another 3 cost from your hand into your field, plus being able to search your deck and stuff. So it's obviously a really good card to go with her.
Yeah.
I'm really digging the art for this too. It's very, like, I feel like because they're all like Japanese treasury, so it's got that sort of oil-ish look to it.
You mean watercolor?
Yeah, that's. Do they use water or oil?
Watercolor.
Whatever.
Miracle Millennia Medicine Edition treasury item. Banish this card. Target up to 3 non-magic stone cards in a single graveyard. The owner of those cards shuffles them back into their deck. Hey, that one card counts as a stone, right? Does it count as stone in the graveyard? I guess it's continuous, so
Oh
you
yeah.
can pull those resonators right back out for 1 green.
First Moon. This is a blue-green edition. That's a moon / treasury item. Other additions you control cannot be destroyed. When this card becomes rested, target resonator gains -200 until end of turn. It's cool because my first thought when I was looking through these cards is, oh, just Heavenly Gust and this deck is dead. But not only this card, but as people pointed out, if you run this card and another card, these cards cannot be targeted now. So all your additions are basically invulnerable unless you have outside of remove effects like Lumia's Judgment, I believe it is. Is it?
Yeah, it's Lumia's Judgment.
Lumia's Judgment is one of the only cards that can actually clear the field.
But I'm gonna do
Anyways.
this. I'm gonna do the 12 kimonos. It's gonna happen against him in a video coming up when the set is out. Don't worry, guys.
She's pretty awesome though, and I think she'll also be a lot of fun in Wander with all the old treasury items as well.
Speaking of Wanderer, somebody had mentioned that with her in Wanderer, you went away from it. I've already forgotten. Yeah, with her in Wanderer, with her ability and Cheshire Cat, you're drawing 2 cards. Because it puts 1 card back on top, right?
Oh yeah, reveal the top card of your deck if it's a treasure item, put it into your hand.
Yeah. So you play Cheshire Cat,
Or
you draw 2 cards. Let's say you put a treasury item back on top because you had it in hand. You use the ability, you draw that treasury item back. So you drew 2 cards off the Cheshire rather than putting 1 back. So that was interesting.
Technically. But yeah,
Either way,
pretty cool stuff.
I like it.
Pretty excited.
Two 2 thumbs up on the Kaguya stuff. I'm a little bit like this on the Prisha stuff. I'm not a huge
I
fan.
think it'll. I think I'm missing something.
We'll see. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Like, comment, subscribe.